And welcome back into the Petty Clinic Low T Bears Den. Happy Friday, everybody. Today, Final Four day. Baylor men's tennis taking on Tennessee after knocking off TCU yesterday. We're joined on the show now by Baylor's really one of the star tennis players, this Baylor team who wasn't in a Baylor uniform last year. That's Spencer Furman, who transferred in from Duke, took a chance on the Baylor program, and now he is in the Final Four with the Bears. Spencer, thanks for coming on the show with us today.
Oh, thanks for that introduction. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. Spencer, I mean, this team and everything you guys have done, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I mean, wins in 11 of your last 12 games and clinching the win yesterday against TCU, knocking off the Horned Frogs for like the 7th or 8th time this season. Feels like you guys are playing every other week. I mean, what was going through your mind right there? Is it really came down to you with a shot to clinch?
Yeah, I mean, they're a great team. We know every time we play them that it's going to be a battle, and today was no different for sure. I thought we got off to a great start with that doubles point, and then we just tried to carry the momentum as long as we could and ride it till the end.
Spencer, how crucial was that doubles point? Because I know I was following along with it and it got so close and you got tiebreaker. I mean, that doubles point really seemed to carry a lot of weight, just momentum wise, at least.
Oh, huge. That was huge. And for Finn and Charlie to step up like that at the end and get us over the hump for that, that was massive. And Matty and Nick played their normal stuff, got us a W. And then I know Sven and Connie will bounce back tomorrow, but that was huge by Finn and Charlie to get us there and give us that momentum going into singles.
Spencer, I mean, every match carries more weight as the season goes on now and all the way through the postseason now, all the way to the Final Four. I mean, the last 4 teams standing, and Baylor is one of them. Do you feel the pressure yet? Even going into TCU, were the nerves there more than they have been in the past?
I mean, of course, but you try not to think about it. I mean, personally, I'm getting a lot of strength just from watching our basketball team do it and trying to replicate what they did. They kind of get that formula down. But no, for sure, we're trying not to think about it though, and trying to just stick to our process and know what we do and try to execute that.
Spencer, going into those big matches, going into a TCU, now going into a Tennessee, I mean, how do you reset? What is the mindset? Take me through the mindset of someone who's just trying to get ready to take it match by match. I know you hear that all the time, match by match. How do you actually do that?
I think just going back to our routine as a team, what we have every night with dinner, eating it with each other, trying to spend as much time, and then going over the game plan and then preparing our body for tomorrow. I mean, we don't really have a lot of turnover time here, so just trying to get fully recovered and get back at it tomorrow.
Take me through that too. I mean, you're looking at, on the men's side, they play the Elite Eight in basketball, and then you get an entire week break into the Final Four, the national semifinal, one day in the national championship. For you guys, it's Elite Eight Thursday, Final Four Friday, and then the hopes of a national championship Saturday, just boom, boom, boom. How tough is it, not just to reset, but on your body to go back to back to back?
No, it's definitely hard. That's what that week after Big 12 is so important for us, to prepare our bodies for that. But no, we feel prepared. We feel ready to go. We feel that there's going to be nothing holding us back tomorrow. We'll go after it.
Take me through that week, really the Big 12 tournament and what all went into that for you. I know you were at that point harboring a #1 ranking in the nation, trying to build that resume and be the #1 overall seed going into the postseason. What did that week look like? What was kind of the mantra before even this tournament started?
I mean, even for that tournament, we knew that teams are going to come our way, and we might play indoor, we might play out. So we said to amongst our team that we're going to play anyone, anywhere, and it doesn't matter. And we're just going to do what we do. We're going to play our best self, and we'll live with no regrets with that.
It's interesting to me moving forward through this tournament, just how you guys been able to put it together. I mean, meeting expectation. Everybody's got those expectations that Baylor's one of the national championship contenders. And so far, you haven't blinked. Along with that, though, I know we talked to Coach Woodson on the show a couple of weeks ago, and he said, hey, we fully expected to be the #1 team in the country. When the NCAA, when the committee, when they said, hey, Baylor's #2 overall going in the tournament, that was fuel for you guys. I mean, the target's not on your back to be #1 anymore. Now you get to prove that you are #1. How have you taken that on in full stride, just being the #2 overall seed?
Yeah, no, it's funny. I was just talking to Adrian about it. I feel like we've flown under the radar with that #2 seed and just going about our business quietly, but we know other teams are watching. So we're trying to show them that we really want that number one, and we deserve it. And yeah, we're fighting for that.
For you, Spencer, what is a Final Four appearance? To be this far into the semifinal, what does that mean?
I mean, it means a lot. At Duke, that was a huge goal for us. We'd say Final Four. That's what we're reaching for. And then this team, that's normal. We want the championship. And Final Four, there really wasn't a huge celebration because we know there's still more work to be done.
With that, you talk about you coming from Duke, and I know we've now talked to, I think we've checked off all the boxes on the transfers, having them on the show and talking to them about tennis. I mean, you took a chance to not just come to Baylor, but to play in the COVID year. You're looking at how much was thrown for a loop in COVID hits and a season is canceled. You decide to transfer. I mean, you go Seattle to North Carolina to Waco. I mean, your journey to Baylor. What has that looked like for you? I mean, why Baylor? Why now? I mean, this is like, I'm pinching myself and I'm not you. You've got to be pinching yourself.
No, I'm pinching myself for sure. I feel like it's funny you say I took a chance with Baylor, but I feel like they took a chance with me. No, but why Baylor? I mean, first off, the coaches, right? Great coaches. They help improve my game. And then the program as a whole, you have people like Emily, Jackie, Max, everyone supporting us, Wagner, all these people supporting us. So there's really this huge support system helping us play our best. And then just the support, not only from our support staff and our coaches, but from the athletic administration all the way up to Mac. We got Kenny here, has been supporting us every match. And that's been huge. So, I mean, it's really a no-brainer. I feel like it's a family here, tight-knit family, and we keep close to us.
Spencer, coming into this season, the expectation that you guys set was, and we heard it today, was really national championship or bust, that this team had those aspirations to go to a national championship. And I know even if it doesn't happen, this season obviously won't be a bust. The things this group has put together, really unbelievable. But to have such high expectations as a team, is there such a thing as setting expectations too high, or do you guys just understand it's business?
No, it's business. I mean, I don't believe in that setting expectations too high. I think it's pushed us and made us better as a team. Every individual player on this team, reaching for that final goal of a national championship, has really made huge strides in their game because they know what they're chasing. We all know it.
Going now into your next match against Tennessee, being in Orlando, just before we even talk about the match you're going into, the atmosphere, to be in a national championship atmosphere, even as we've seen, different crowd situations. A lot of people were confused whether or not there would be crowds at the beginning a month ago. And now more things are opening up, not just in Orlando, but across the country. For you guys to be on that stage, all eyes in the country now on Baylor tennis. What is that like? The pageantry of a national championship tournament?
Yeah, it's a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's a lot, but we're just trying to ignore it, honestly, and just stick to our team and our routines, really, and just preparing for each match and trying to get through each one and stay alive.
Spencer, you talk about that, preparing for each match and just focusing on each one, staying alive. Going into TCU, coming out of the Sweet 16 against Ole Miss, was there a different message? Was there something new that you guys have done, or has it just really stayed the same?
It's really stayed the same, but I felt like we made adjustments in areas we thought we could improve after Ole Miss. We started in Ole Miss singles kind of slow, so we really want to make that an emphasis against TCU, going after doubles into the singles. So kind of starting with increased energy. We thought that was an area of improvement for us, and then we still have some improvement to make for tomorrow, but we'll look to execute that.
Spencer, I know I keep mentioning Tennessee, and I know we'll get there, but there's so many things that, I mean, we don't get to be in Orlando, but to just take a second to picture what it would be like to be in, I guess, the de facto locker room hotel for you guys is awesome. And I got to know, TCU, you get into that match, you talked about a slower start in singles against Ole Miss. It wasn't necessarily that way with TCU, but there was a point where, I mean, you're even on a couple of courts, Baylor's up on one or two, TCU's up on one, maybe two. I mean, things there in the beginning of singles, just you weren't sure. It wasn't a really quick put them away. Was there ever a point where, I know you didn't blink, but did the team ever come close to blinking?
I mean, no, we didn't, but we knew that they're a great team. They're number 7 in the country for a reason. We knew that it's going to be a battle until the end. So just staying on our court and staying focused and not looking around and thinking too far ahead, staying in the present and taking care of business there. That was what we needed to do. And fortunately, we did that. But no, TCU was a great team today, and we're happy to get through them.
And like I said earlier, Spencer, with your numbers, just reading like 11 out of the last 12, the hot streak that you're on. I mean, especially seems like you're playing your best tennis when it's really started to matter. What do you attribute that to? I mean, what are you eating something different for breakfast? Are you like changing Gatorade flavors? What's going on for you?
I think just great coaching, communicating with them as much as possible and seeing areas where I could improve. And that's been the key, just trying to get better each day and really focusing on my process and what I do to play my best and then sticking with that. So no, the coaches are a huge part of that for sure. Woodson, Isaac, and George, all of them have made huge strides in my game and helped me a lot.
So opening serve tomorrow at 1:00, I should say today at 1:00. And in the semifinal, you got Tennessee coming up. I know it's quick. You don't get a ton of time to turn around and pay attention to Tennessee, but what maybe you know about them and really going into this match, what's the main message?
Honestly, I don't know a lot about them. We were able to watch just about 10 minutes. We can see they're a fiery team. They get pumped up. They're very good. They're not going to beat themselves, and we have to be ready for a grind. They won the SEC championship for a reason, and so they're a great team, and we have to be ready. We have to be ready for a battle.
When you get to this point in the season, I know a lot of teams talk about this in basketball and football, especially, but even for tennis, offer me perspective in, are you tweaking things based on the opponents you're playing, or are you just playing your game at the highest level possible? I mean, how much preparation depends on the opposing team compared to how much it depends on you and your team?
There's a little preparation on what the other team's doing, but no, mostly we're just focusing on ourselves and what we need to do to be able to show our best selves once we get on court. And so we're preparing what we need and taking care of that first, and then worrying about small details after.
So, Spencer, what does Baylor men's tennis have to do to get past Tennessee and make it to a national championship?
I mean, we need 4 points. It's going to be a total team effort. We don't know where those points got to come from. So it's going to be everyone's going to have to show up, fight till the end. They're a great team. It's going to be hard to put them away if guys are up. So until the last point, everyone's going to need to fight. And it's going to be a total team effort.
That's what you got to do. What gives you the confidence that it'll happen? I mean, what is the chip on the shoulder for this team where all right, we got a shot, we're going to the championship?
Yeah, we know, first our training and our preparation, but also our past results, making the finals of indoors. We beat a lot of great teams there, a lot of top 10 teams there. And then winning the Big 12 tournament just a few weeks ago was big, beating 2 top 10 teams. I mean, Texas is in the Final Four now, and we beat them. So, no, we have a lot of results to fall back on as well as our training.
You mentioned that talking about the indoor championship, falling to North Carolina, you guys got to taste a national championship in the middle of your season, which is so odd, and then go right back out and play the rest of your year. How big? And North Carolina's out of it now, a team that won it. So obviously that doesn't translate to the outdoor as much, but how big was it even still to see a national championship level of competition and compete at that level?
No, it was very important for us just to see and to handle those moments and know what we need to improve on for next time. For me personally, it was my first time in the indoor finals or in a national championship setting like that. So to know what the atmosphere is like and how I need to improve and handle myself, my emotions, and my excitement better for next time, that's going to serve us well going into this match tomorrow.
Spencer, with that, I mean, Coach Michael Woodson, he's I'm one of the biggest Michael Woodson fans that I think exists. This show is a Michael Woodson show at this point. And him now being the head coach of Baylor men's tennis. I know you've only gotten a chance to be around him for a little over a year now, but I mean, the fact that now he gets to be the head coach, step into that role and really just in a crazy year, how has he led you guys? How much credit do you give Michael Woodson for what this season has been?
I mean, I give him a ton of credit. You would think he's a vet in this. He's been around so many great coaches before him, and you can tell he's learned a lot from all of them and picking out what makes them great. And he's delivering. I thought it was a no-brainer to make him the head coach, and I see him being the head coach here for a long time. But I think what makes him exceptional is just his ability to talk and relate to players, to have the players in the best frame of mind going into the matches in high-pressure situations, and that's all you can ask for from a coach.
Hmm. Spencer, with that, I mean, one of my last questions for you is you go into Final Four action. I read through the tweets and things, you got Scott Drew and Jerome Tang and all these coaches that are Dave Aranda are tweeting out in support of Baylor men's tennis. And somebody tweeted, the whole city of Waco is proud of you. I mean, everybody, the pageantry that we talked about that goes into being at this stage, to know that Baylor Nation's talking about you, Baylor Nation's supporting you. There are a lot of schools that tennis is an afterthought. But when you wrap all this up into a bow, the way that Baylor has surrounded this program, what has it been like just to be at this level of competition now and see the love pour in?
Man, it's meant everything. I mean, we feel all that support from Baylor Nation, Waco. We feel that every day, and we feel a bigger purpose of what we're fighting for. It's not just this team, but we have a whole Baylor Nation that we're competing. They want to see us win, and they want to see us do well, and we want to make them as proud as possible. So, no, we feel that support every day when we step on the court.
Well, Spencer, barring any outages, they'll be watching you guys again against Tennessee, and hopefully that live stream is up so folks at home can pay attention to it. But for you, I mean, I'll be candid with this one. Do you regret coming to Baylor at all?
No, no way, man. No, it's the best decision I've made in a very long time. No, it's been awesome. It's been a dream, really.
I love it. And now here you are in the Final Four. I mean, best of luck against Tennessee. I know you guys are excited for that. And it's on tap. I mean, it's gonna be great to watch you guys with it. Spencer, we got a Bear Games question of the day for you today. And this one kind of focuses around the tennis team. So we're asking our callers and our guests, if you're in the locker room or on the court right before the match, what does your pregame pump-up speech sound like in the Final Four? And I know yours is going to be different than a lot of the callers who are not going to be in that huddle, since you will be. But what are your words of wisdom that you offer up for the old tennis boys playing in the Final Four?
I mean, the thing I said, and I'll say again against Tennessee, was two things. The first is we have to go out hunting, have that hunter mentality. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is to be present in the moment, to not think too far ahead or not think behind. So to take care of the present and go back to our process and what we know, our routines, and just stay present, stay calm in the moment.
Well, Spencer, best of luck against Tennessee. I know it's a huge match, not just for you personally, but for the program and Baylor as a whole. Congratulations getting to this point, but don't stop now. Why stop now? We're loving talking about tennis. Let's just keep it going.
Let's do it. Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Again, that was Spencer Furman of the Baylor men's tennis team. Those guys taking on Tennessee today, 1:00 p.m. Go to Baylor Men's Tennis on Twitter. You can follow along and see all the action. Should be a good one. Number 2, Baylor. Number 3, Tennessee, squaring off in Orlando. Huge matchup in the Final Four. The winner plays in the national championship tomorrow. And maybe they'll be playing Texas. It'll be close. Got to pay attention to it. 1:00 Central Time again. Follow along on the Baylor Men's Tennis Twitter account. There's also a link to a live stream. You can watch that. When we come back, we'll be talking some more Baylor action. Got a lot going on this weekend. You got softball. We got baseball. We got men's tennis like we've been talking about. You got everything. And we're going to help break it down even more. I'm Drake Toll. We got Jack McKenzie and Andrew Robertson back in the studio in Waco. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, it's Baylor. It's sports. What more could you want on Up Tempo?